Seeing how you're leaving tomorrow, thought maybe we could fit in one last guitar lesson, if he's up for it. I know, I got a second one. Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to teach guitar. There's only one guitar. You gotta have, a student has to have a guitar too. Well, this is a few mementos from our travels together, and I thought if you weren't too tired, maybe we could take a look at some of them. It'd mean a lot to me. I don't know when I'm gonna get to see you again. Alright. Yeah, no. I'll make it quick and I'll make you a deal. You fall asleep while I'm doing any of this and I will not be offended, I promise. A deal? Alright. So, to start, last time I was over here, I noticed you had a hot plate. And that got me to thinking and remembering when we would be on those long, dark, sort of interstitial parts of our adventure between the settlements, towns. And there wasn't much to do, wasn't much to eat. You go to sleep, hungry, you wake up in the middle of the night. So much pain, stomach cramps, gotta get something in there. So I noticed on my way along one of my walks the other day, a nest, and I got us some eggs. And there ain't nothing. Fill you up like an egg and keep you full through the night. So if you're up for me cracking up a couple eggs and get to our lesson, show you what I got and I'll be out of your hair. Is that okay? All right. Yeah. No, I know. I did not forget. Who could forget your predilection for butter? I don't know how you stay so thin. Well, I guess the amount of running we was doing, be hard to eat enough to keep any meat on your bones, no matter what you're eating. All right. So yeah, I saw this the other day. I also tell you what, I saw your pan here. And my first thought was, well, this thing's gotta weigh 15 pounds. This would have been great to have, in a pinch. Great. But, we make do with what we have. I'm trying to be as quiet as I can. I don't want to wake your neighbors, roommates, whatever. Let's get this going. I don't waste no time. So, This works, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it does. Gotta be careful. Can't buy butter for love nor money these days. Well, I was thinking I'll probably be sticking around here for a while. I don't know. A lot of me's had enough with traveling, adventuring, for a while at least. I feel like I could not do anything every day for 6 months. And even then, I don't know if I'd feel the urge to travel. All right, here we go. This is working. How do you like your eggs? Well, it's kind of a trick question because they're just going to be fried. This is one of those army collapsible skillet and plate in one. But I'm not a big fan of the skillet. It's a little too light for me. This thing really does work, doesn't it? I was worried it might not generate enough heat, but looks like it's doing just fine. Tell you, I'm trying real hard not to pop those yolks. I think we're going to have to do the third one separately. That's all right with you. So you've been sleeping okay? Getting along with everybody? That's good, yeah. Well, Tommy's done some amazing stuff. I'm proud. Proud of you too. Now, unfortunately, I did not bring any salt or pepper. But, I think we're okay. So there I go. Over easy. Yeah, I spend a lot of nights thinking about things we've done, things we've been through. I don't know if you do or not. For me, it's kind of hard to avoid. I think about, I think about the things that went right, how many scrapes we got ourselves out of. But I think more about the things that we did wrong, or that I did wrong. Yeah, I spend a lot of time thinking about that. Well, you can only make so many mistakes until you got to start asking yourself if they're really mistakes or just sort of something wrong with you. Look at that. It's not one yoke broken. You have knives and forks. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not really that hungry, but you can eat those whenever you want. Move this out of the way. Sure. Well, it's my pleasure, Ellie. I wish I could do more. Just gonna. Don't want that to get burnt. I think it's alright. Alright. So now you're ready for the main event here. So, we didn't have the luxury of finding the ideal things to bring with us on a trip last time. So I gave it some long, hard thought, like what I would want with me. Now, don't laugh. The Hobbit. You never heard of The Hobbit? Well, it's a fantasy story about a hobbit who goes on a journey. In fact, I want to say the subtitle of this book is An Unexpected Journey. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's There and Back Again. So, I've read this book so many times, this very copy. It's dog-eared and old. I can open up to any page, read for a minute, and I'm lost in this world again. What has roots that nobody sees, is taller than trees. Up, up it goes, and yet never grows. Mountains, yeah. Oh, one that might be more appropriate for us, if I remember correctly. Oh, now I could have sworn there was a riddle here. I don't see it. Am I misremembering? Oh, the riddle as I remember was a box without lock, hinges, or lid, yet inside golden treasure is hid. And the answer was surprise, surprise, eggs. I know that's in this book. Why is it not in that chapter? Oh, he's talking to a creature named Gollum. And Gollum makes him answer riddles. Well, maybe it was at another point in the story. I don't know. Well, the point is, this book has gotten me through a lot, and I hope, if you'll accept it, hope it will get you through a lot too. I don't know what's ahead for you, but I know it's going to be a lot, and a lot of it's going to be fantastic, and a lot of it's going to be scary, but worthwhile. And when you get a moment, you need to detach, you need to relax, sort of withdraw back into yourself. Very few books I can think of have the same effect as The Hobbit. There's a bunch of sequels too, but I don't enjoy those as much. A lot of war going on in those sequels, a lot of grand visions and, kind of stuff that we see every day anyway, we're trying to get away from. So anyway, that is my first gift to you. Now, these aren't in any particular order. My second gift to you, you are not going to laugh. It is a shower cap. Well, now, let me just say, I think that hygiene is very important. And one of your excuses used to always be you didn't want to get your hair wet. Took too long to dry. Well, now, you have a shower cap. You can put this here shower cap on. Go in whatever river you like. Keep your hair nice and dry. And get some of that, come on. Look about as bad as I do. In a pinch, you can use this to catch rainwater as well. Well, let's hope you don't get yourself into a situation where that's necessary. Be prepared, Ellie. So that's that. All right. And this is just sort of a bit of a trip down memory lane. This is that box cutter. Yes, it is. I'm going to tell you something. In all my time, all the things we've faced, all the horrors that have come up against us, I never saw anyone do what you did with a box cutter. It was a magical skill. Oh, have you ever used a box cutter for its intended purpose? It's actually made to open boxes, which, metaphorically, I suppose that's what she was doing, but I'm talking, real boxes, like cardboard boxes. So this is useful in lots of ways. It lets you get kind of leverage sometimes that you can't get with a pocket knife. But also, it just reminded me of you, and hopefully you'll be able to use it, and it will remind you of me. And I don't know if you notice how clean that is, but polished it up, got rid of the blood and the mud and the guts that were in it. There's like a bunch of little tiny nooks and crannies here on this hair thing. Very easy to get all kinds of gunk in there. I'm going to give you these bags as well because, as you know, when it rains, and it rains a lot, you gotta have something to keep your stuff from getting soaked through. So these little zippy bags are perfect for that. Oops. All right. Let's see. Now I want to do these in some kind of order here. So, okay. Looky. It's a fidget cube. Fidget cube. You know what a fidget cube is? Yeah, this book is really good for de-stressing, but in order to use it, you're gonna have to have like some quiet time to yourself. You're gonna have to it's hard to read when you're walking. This fidget cube can let you relax and de-stress while you're walking, wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. You just kind of play with all the little buttons and knobs on this thing. It was very, very popular for about 20 minutes in the, I guess I want to say, mid-teens, something like that. You actually couldn't find these things for a while. This is probably 75 cents worth of materials. There were people paying upwards of $10, $20 for one of these at one point. Then, of course, now nobody gives a shit about them. But for me, they did serve a purpose. And I'd be happy if they do the same for you. If there was a way to harness the power that we expend when we're fidgeting, like if inside this little box could have a capacitor or something, power a light bulb, something, maybe something a little smaller, maybe not quite a light bulb. Move this out of the way a little bit. What else we got? All right. Okay. So I remember one of our problems when we would be trying to go to sleep was that we'd be so we had a lot of things. We were in a situation that was not conducive to relaxing. But we didn't help matters because we would pile loads and loads of coffee on top of that. We'd have this admittedly delicious coffee in our bellies and be making us all jittery. When we were already jittery, we didn't need anything else to make us even more jittery. So what this is a steeper for making tea. You get your tea. You're kidding me. You've never had tea. Okay, well, I was just explaining it. You get your tea leaves, you put them in here, you dunk it in water, you heat up that water, to near boiling, and you let it simmer. Well, I know, there's all different kinds of tea, You've never had tea? Oh. What does tea taste like? Well, some of that does depend on what kind of tea you're talking about, but I think the best way I could describe it would be imagine the worst coffee you ever had. Like, I'm talking about, I know you've had bad coffee. I can remember having some really bad coffee with you. But imagine a coffee so bad, you ain't had coffee this bad yet. Just the worst coffee you can imagine. Okay? Now make it like twice as bad as that. Okay? And now imagine somebody went and brewed up 2 gallons of that coffee. The worst coffee. Coffee so bad, it don't even smell good. Right? How can... That's the one good thing. Even bad coffee usually smells good, right? But imagine this coffee is so bad, it don't even smell good. Now imagine somebody brewed up 2 gallons of this horrible tasting coffee. The worst tasting coffee you could imagine. And now, imagine you had to drink 2 gallons of that coffee as quickly as you could. Okay? Now imagine a few minutes later when you are compelled to relieve yourself, that you do so in a teacup. That's tea. In my opinion, there are lots of people who will swear by tea. Why? Well, I told you why. Because, first of all, you might not hate it as much as I do. And second of all, sometimes it's just about having something warm. And this will let you have something warm that won't keep you up all night if you can manage to stomach it. This thing falls off one more time. Let me secure myself in here. I don't even think that's gonna do it. Who cares? So no, I didn't bring you tea, but usually, the thing about tea is you can find the leaves with which you can make tea as you're traveling. That way it's fresh. That way maybe it doesn't taste quite as horrible as I don't know who I'm kidding. Tea's crap. Coffee is not no danger of being dethroned as the drink of choice by, I don't know, I won't say human beings everywhere. So now another thing, right? Spend a lot of time in the mud. Spend a lot of time stepping in things you don't want to be stepping in. Well, that's where this brush will come in handy. Use it to scrub your shoes clean. Scrub that, if you're lucky, it's mud, but obviously there's a lot of body parts, a lot of offal, a lot of, for lack of a better word, fertilizer you might step in. And you can use this here brush to get it out. Keep your shoes nice and clean. And why is that important? What does it matter if you have clean shoes or not? Well, I think it can matter. I think that, morale is important. You've decorated this place somewhat, to try and make yourself feel better when you're here. So when you're on the move, when you're going wherever it is that you're going, doing whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to feel better if you can do so in a clean pair of shoes. I don't advise running your finger through the bristles once you've used this much. But hey, if I'm going to be here, keeping you somewhat awake. Least I can do is sacrifice the cleanliness of my fingers to help you get a good night's rest and prepare for whatever's coming your way. No, I'll tell you something else too. I find that if my shoes are clean, I'm more likely to watch where I step, be a little more careful. So in a way, this is like a survival tactic. Anyway, it is my recommendation that you keep your shoes clean. And use this brush to do so. What else we got left in here? Just a couple of things. Now I combined two things in here. Got a very good flashlight. This is super bright flashlight. Oh, it's showing me and just how messy your room actually is. Giving me like a little creepy ghost face. But it's a good one. It's waterproof. As you can see, it's very, very bright. Right? You got a lot of dust in the air in this room here. It'd probably be good for you to get out to the open a little bit more. It's my second guitar there. Well, now it's my only guitar. That guitar's yours. So I also got you some guitar picks. I know you like playing with your hands, and I encourage you to do so, but sometimes for sheer aggression, you just need to get yourself some, let's see if we can you see that? It's a wolf. Yeah, it's a very thick pick. All these are kind of grippy picks, so they don't fall out of your hand while you're playing. But as we talked about in our earlier lessons, playing without a pick gives you a lot more opportunity for dynamics and expression. But again, sometimes you just want to, shred a little bit, and that's fine. Go ahead and use your picks there. I just got a couple left here and then get to the lesson. This I don't know if you remember this bullet. Do you remember this bullet? No? Yeah. You made it. You made this bullet. You made a bunch of others too, but we used those. This one I kept with me. But I noticed the bullets that you made very accurate and did a lot of damage, so I wanted to give this back to you. It's going to do you more good than it's going to do me. Now, penultimately, I'm giving you my Zippo. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I always want wolves on everything. I don't know, what the deal is with that. It's probably making up for something, but Zippos are just so reliable, and you can get it wet. They can fall down a cliff. And pretty much any lighter fluid you find, you can use. They're versatile. Not like those plastic ones that can explode or have pressurized liquid inside them. Zippos, well, Zippo is essentially just a sponge, sort of letting the fumes rise through this sort of directed chamber. And, a good Zippo is going to last you forever. So, I want you to have this. Look at that wind resistance. And the wolf reminds you of me. No, just about had it with you. So, your leg been giving you any problems? Your back? I got one more thing for you. I guess I'm a little... I'm not good at expressing my emotions. But I wrote you a letter. I'd like to read it to you. But I'd also like you to take it with you. You don't have to. You don't owe me anything. And I feel embarrassed. Is it alright if I read you this letter? Ellie, I know you can never forgive me for lying to you. I'm sorry I was so weak. I've gone through most of my life without ever really knowing who to trust. I always felt I never really questioned the fact that I was one of the good guys. Someone who could always be trusted. That I knew right from wrong. After Sarah died and we found each other, I see now that I tried to fit you into the space she left. And that wasn't fair to you. I'm really sorry for that too. I don't feel like I'm a good judge of right and wrong anymore. And your heart is pure in a way that mine is not. I should have had more faith in you. I hope that my betrayal has not destroyed that heart. I hope more than anything that I did not make you like me. Back in the lab, I made a choice that was not rightfully mine to make. I have no excuse, except I was too scared to lose you. I didn't realize I'd be losing you either way. Love, Joel. I know you can't forgive me, Ellie. I wouldn't forgive me either. But maybe there's some space between forgiveness and complete condemnation. Maybe that's where we can live. Anyway. Put this with your stuff. And that's it, really. That's the box too. I'll put everything in this here box. And box is waterproof as well, so easy to carry. Anyway, I guess now we can get on to the guitar lesson. Those eggs are pretty cold. You want to take a minute and eat them first? Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. All right. is gone forevermore. And if fire keeps us safe from bumps in the night, we are doomed. We bring no Flint to the fight. And every head was turning as we rode back into town, wondering if the cause was still worth fighting for. The friars, priests, and saints, their prayers to summon lights. Alas, we knew there exists no torch so bright. So every night grew darker, and every spirit waned, as each one saw their candle feed the flame. How valiant this effort, a stand not soon forgot, but tomorrow they'll still be here. And we will not. All right. I should have known you'd be a natural. That's nice. I gotta tell you, I don't know if there's anything I can teach you. Well, now that your belly's full, we've had a little campfire song. Should probably let you get off to bed. I know you're leaving early in the morning, so if I don't get the chance, good luck on your travel. I hope you find what you're looking for. One thing I'm sure of, I know this in my bones. Our paths will cross again, Ellie. Our story's not over. But I will miss you while you're gone. So, please take care of yourself. Now I'll be going. Don't forget, keep your shoes clean. Shower, bathe whenever you can. You know, it helps keep the animals off your trail too. And it don't matter if they're human or not. I wish I had some last parting words of wisdom for you. Just please stay safe. And I'll see you soon. Learn to like tea.